Come here. Step into the chasm of your mind piece, where opposable thumbs and a frontal lobe blast off into a short-term lease. Welcome to our injection into your dome. Squishy Bishop's Erratic Spectacular!
Hey everybody, welcome back to Squishy Bishop's Erratic Spectacular.
Yeah, buddy.
We're coming off our recent episode where you got to hear us live at the Bad Sons Brewfest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a whole bunch of alcohol consumption.
Oh, yeah. You couldn't tell towards the end there. I was slurring. And I'll apologize. I was not professional, and I'm sorry. Revoke my journalism degree.
Oh, that's good.
That
you don't have.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's okay. It's acceptable.
That's the point, right? It's a beer festival. I know we were supposed to interview people, but
The goose is loose, right?
we
Get
did.
loose.
Yeah.
They interviewed us a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, it was kind of ebb and flow when it comes to that. And I do have to say, I hope everybody who listened to that enjoyed the not so fantastic audio quality of some of the interviews. But I think it ended up, everybody ended up doing a pretty good job taming that wind noise.
We tried. We
Yeah.
tried. I mean, we were in the stage 2
what I could.
hurricane. You know, it's okay, but we tried. So we apologize for anyone who had their ears blown out or their bass in the car because of the wind. It just shook it. So
Yeah.
we're trying here. We're trying.
It's like you're really cool listening to that music real loud, and then your license plate starts to vibrate.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like that.
Pretty much.
But anyway, we're back in the studio today.
Yeah.
And, well, Kelly is not in studio with us today, unfortunately. This is the first episode. He is out. He's getting his life sorted out down at the Social Security office.
I think so.
Trying to work through some of this name stuff and trying to just figure out who he is and who the government knows him to be.
Exactly.
So next episode, when he gets back.
Well, you're holding us to a high standard.
I
Next
know.
If he's done with that by then.
Fair.
That's
Yeah.
true. That takes a while.
I think he said he brought a tent.
Yeah, he's
So-
ready to do it for the long haul there.
I don't know if anyone's ever been to the Social Security office listening right now, but it is like the DMV
times 10.
times 10.
On steroids on
yeah,
crack.
exactly. But
Yeah, I mean, what the viewers don't see, Kelly, like when we're not recording, he kind of just doesn't seem comfortable in his own skin. You know, he's trying to figure himself out, and so we wish him the best of luck.
yeah, he's like a caterpillar in a cocoon, blooming into a beautiful butterfly. It takes time. So let's get to it.
Yeah.
I want to know what we're consuming today.
Hold on.
Okay.
Can we try something different?
Ooh,
Can I give you guys some beer before we wait? Don't open that beer yet. Let me give you some beer.
putting it down.
Is that cool?
Putting it down.
Okay, for Mr. Tom O'Gorman, I'm holding a little taster glass that I poured some beer in. Please
wow.
describe in detail and
gonna
tell me
say.
what you think the taste is.
Well, it looks like a stout or
Very
porter.
dark. Yeah, okay.
It's very.
They're like cousins.
If I hold it like that, I can't read the writing on the glass at all. So
That is
it's nice
from Bad
and dark.
Sons.
Well, the glass.
The glass is from
not
Bad
the beer.
Sons.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. But you can't see the lettering on the glass because of the beer.
It's
that
like
dark.
pitch black. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Good.
give it a shot. Try
Nice
it.
creamy head.
That's a good description for radio.
It is, actually. What do you think? As a stout master, I gave it away. It's okay.
It feels very familiar.
Oh, okay.
How's the mouth feel? We did discuss mouth feel last
mouthfeel.
episode.
Does it fill up your mouth, or is it light?
Is it grainy?
Is it flaccid?
It's a little
We'll get
light.
back to
It's not like a heavier stout.
Okay.
It's somewhere in the middle.
Okay. At Untapped, what would you give it?
At a 5, I'd say 3.5.
Okay, solid.
But why don't
Okay.
you give me
Yeah,
something
let
to
me give you
enjoy?
your beer.
Because I'm,
You're thirsty.
I'm like in a desert here. I'm in a beer desert.
Thirsty. Here you go.
Wow. Okay, so
Not impressed. He's like, wow.
well, it's okay. So it
Typical.
is a different style beer than the one that Tom just had.
Yes.
You can clearly read the glass.
I can clearly see through the glass. It is actually still bubbling up to the top, creating a nice frothy head. It is a nice gold color, but not a gold Pilsner color that
Yeah.
you can see straight through, so it's a little cloudy.
Yeah.
My gut is going to say a New England IPA because I know
Juan's on a huge.
is
I
on
love
the
those.
big New England IPA kick, just like all the other cool hipsters.
Well, try it.
But my guess was going to be
Oh, yeah.
We're
right off
color.
the
Let's
bat.
not jump the boat.
Okay.
because you gave me this and you gave Fred that. I'm going to say that's an IPA because that's like Fred's style.
Try it. Let me know what you think.
I'm going down the hatch there.
Yeah.
Bubbly.
And then I'll reveal like what beer it is, so if you guys liked it or not. A lot of pressure. Oh yeah, man, pass
gotta
that shit,
aerate
bro. You gotta pass that.
it's like a fine wine.
Give me the weeds. I've totally smoked before. No, never.
Okay, so
Yeah, how is it?
it is. It's good.
Oh, you like it?
A little hoppy. It's not like front hoppy in your face.
Aftertaste.
When
It's.
you drink it.
I wouldn't say it lingers. It sits well. It's well balanced in the middle.
Nice.
It's not overly hoppy. Like it doesn't feel like a double IPA
Yeah.
or something like that.
I'm not a fan of those. You like those? You like the double? I'm not. My friend Chase loves those shits. I'm alright.
not really.
I'm not a huge IPA guy to begin with.
True.
It
Like
depends.
I can have them every so often. It's just I can't do it all the time.
It almost has like a. It reminds me of like a Lagunitas IPA.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Similar. It's a little fruitier.
Right.
A little more citrusy. That kind of vibe. Which
Would you say it's juicy?
I don't know.
It's good. I don't know. So can you? Did you tell what? Tom's
No, I
was?
haven't told what
Okay,
exactly what
so
you're drinking.
all right.
What's-
I still think it's a New England IPA.
A rating as if you were doing it on
Oh yeah, and
Untapped.
Untapped.
If I was on Untapped, I would give this probably a 3.75.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
yeah.
pretty high.
Not a 4, but like it's close. It seems very drinkable. Like
Right.
I'm not sitting here going like this is a lot of alcohol.
Right.
And I'm going to be smashed.
Would you drink 2 of those? That's how I rate my beers. If I could drink 2
I
of
would
those,
drink
I
2.
consider it a good beer.
I would drink 2.
Yeah. So
The reveal.
yes, the reveal. Sorry. So,
reveal.
Mr. Tom O'Gorman, the stout, is drinking an Altamira from Valparaiso, Chile.
I had that when he got back from Chile. I think
Yeah.
on episode 5
Something
or
like
6.
that. Yeah.
Uh,
We didn't try the stout, I remember. We tried another Chilean company's porter, but we never had this one, dude. This
Maybe I
brewery
saw it. I
was the
haven't had
legit brewery. You had, I think, the amber. Yeah.
I recognize the bottle label.
Yeah.
I was like, I know this beer.
So it's like gourmet beer, but in Spanish. Freddy the Foul Beast. I got you a Bad Sons Big Whoop IPA.
Wow. Whoop whoop.
Look at that can, huh?
Now, this is a shout out to 1056 again,
Yeah,
our friend.
dude.
They do a can review.
Good shit. I like
that's
that.
That's one of their things.
Yeah.
I hope they've looked at this can because this is a Bad Sons hop skull. That's like their
Yeah.
logo, riding a big wheel, like a tricycle.
Yeah. I saw that can. I was like, oh, shit, I remember those when we
That's
were kids.
dope. That's dope
You
city.
sat down like an inch above the ground and went full speed down a hill.
Yo, funny story in
Yeah.
regards to that. So my coworker, his little kids have like Power Wheels. Did you guys have Power Wheels growing up?
No.
Yes.
Okay,
not
I had a Jeep.
I had a quad.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah. So the plastic wheeled, like whatever, the battery operated
Engine,
cars.
Yeah, very
Right.
batteries.
So he pulled. Apparently, those batteries are only like 6 volts. They're small. He pulled out the battery and he hooked up a like a Milwaukee drill battery to it, which is 18 volts. Bro, dude, he showed me a video of his kids going down the street, and they're like 5 and 4,
Oh,
maybe.
boy.
Dude, they were killing it.
Oh, shit.
It was insane. I was like, I'm going to do this for my kids one day.
Yeah.
If I'm going to get them Power Wheels. Because it was so funny.
Oh, my gosh. That's awesome.
But it reminded me of the can for this Bad Sons because it's a big wheel.
Yeah.
And it's pretty methyl.
I'm drinking a Black Hog Brewing, Connecticut brewery called Invasion. It's a New England IPA.
Wow, you didn't even give us a flavor profile before you just...
Well, I'm letting you know. It tastes good. It tastes good. Yeah, so we haven't recorded since we felt the love, by the way, to anyone listening on Instagram and on all our videos and all our socials and
killing it.
Beer Man Beer Podcast, giving a shout out. Those guys are fucking funny. Cannonball 1056 again, and all the brewers. I mean, I felt cool, man. I don't know.
It was fun. It's
I
definitely
had a
different.
blast.
Yeah.
It
was great.
And all the little videos and all the likes and shit, man. I can't wait to do it again, honestly. We don't have anything lined up, but when we do, we'll definitely
We got some ideas brewing. No pun intended.
That and Zing, we're experienced for if we do it again.
And the other thing is, we do have
Yes.
collaborations in the works.
Ooh, stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned for more
Yes.
information on that. But we are going to be bringing some guests into the ears that you got, and it's going to be this. We're going to amp this party up to 11.
Yes.
Pretty soon.
These go to 11. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, so like I was saying, we haven't hung out. What's been going on? It's almost been a bit. You want to start off? With,
I could start.
San Fran?
Yeah. So
That's cool.
me and my wife, we went out to San Francisco last week
Nice.
for the weekend. Little puddle jumper.
Yeah.
Over fucking 6-hour flight for the weekend.
Yeah,
Wild
yeah.
stuff. But it was cool. It was cool, man. I've been to California like 3 times. San Diego, Sacramento.
So you got all regions: the South, the Middle, and then the North.
Yeah. So, and I've been near San Francisco before. I spent a little bit of time tour managing a band.
For also the people who don't know, Fred is a jack of all trades.
I do lots of stuff.
He says and has done a lot of things that he has not even scratched the surface, to be quite honest. You've done a lot, man. That's pretty cool. There's one thing you told us definitely not to mention that your coworkers would tease you about. But we're not going to mention it.
We're not going to mention that. So
We're just going to tease you and leave it right there.
Yeah.
Keep listening.
My
Who knows?
My story arc is very wide and
Yeah.
has a large berth. So maybe one day you can listen to all the episodes and put it all together.
Put it all together. Bits
But,
and pieces dropped here and there.
Right. So one time I was tour managing this band. My best friend is in the music business, and I was kind of filling in for him.
Wait.
at
I'm
a
not
time.
your best.
Okay, sorry. I mean, you're one of. I don't listen. It's like parents.
trapped
we
his own
don't-
in a corner,
We
bro.
don't have favorite children. They're all the same.
But one went to Harvard and one,
Right? Yeah.
loves
You
to paint.
obviously love Timmy more, right? Like you obviously love him better because
Yeah.
he's just more successful than his shitty brother.
Oh, come on.
So I had been near San Francisco. I'd never been to San Francisco. So we were out there meeting some of my wife's friends. It was kind of like a middle point for some of them. And she actually has a friend that lives in Oakland, and one of the ones meeting us out there lives in Bend, Oregon. So,
nice.
yeah, which is beautiful. So we were hanging out and doing San Francisco. It was cool, man. I am in no rush to immediately go back. It was cool for like 3 days. It's just another city, in my opinion. We drove down Lombard Street, which is the crazy switchback kind of wackadoo thing.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that,
Yeah, and we did not go to Alcatraz because apparently you had to buy tickets not months, but like weeks in advance.
Jeez.
Like you couldn't do it that weekend. Basically, that's what I'm getting at. So they were sold out for that weekend. We went to like Fisherman's Wharf and stuff and like did San Francisco style things, Land's End, Golden Gate
Nice.
Bridge. But when you go over Golden Gate Bridge, there is a road you can take that's like crazy switchbacky and it's pretty intense. And we were driving out into the hills, right, on the side of the bridge. And I was like, wow, it's like pretty desolate out here. There's a lot of hills. This would be a good place for like a missile base, right? Like some like nuclear missile base. And then all of a sudden we see a sign that says, U.S. missile base 1 mile that way.
Shit, man.
I was like,
That area was in some old movie. It's either like North by Northwest or Vertigo.
Oh,
Probably.
Hitchcock. Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me. It was gorgeous.
It's whatever one has Kim Novak in it.
I don't know, but I liked Vertigo. I remember that. But
So anyway, San Fran was cool.
Yeah.
I would go back, just not like immediately. You know what it was? San Fran was cool, but I think outside of San Francisco, for me personally, is like cooler because there's a lot of national parks, redwoods, so doing the parks and like that stuff outside.
That Redwood Forest,
San
isn't
Fran.
that where they shot Star Wars?
Yeah, I
part
think
of
so.
Obviously, with
Endor?
Yeah.
Endor, with all the really tall trees.
Right, and the Ewoks.
Is that the yeah.
No, that's the Jawas.
Yeah, that's the little clip guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was cool. What about you, Juanito?
Yeah. Well, I didn't really travel anywhere.
Boo, get him off stage.
I know, but some things have happened to me. You guys ever got a Charlie horse at like 2:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
Not in a while.
Not in a while. Yeah.
It's not like something I'm gonna. It's not a fond memory.
It's still vivid in my fucking head. I mean, it happened very recently, and I've only gotten like 2 Charlie horses ever in my life. One in the midair while going for a layup in the middle of a basketball game.
God, I wish I could have seen that.
My calf just tightened up, and I just fell like sack of potatoes, dude. Like holy shit.
Not even like it didn't. I was saying, like, I feel like you'd hit the ground, then you'd fall. I mean, obviously falling is hitting the ground, right? But
I kind of because I was.
You were like midair, and you're like, oh god, this is going to be bad. Did you make the layup?
1, 2.
Just say yes.
I think so because
Okay,
the
good.
play stopped. Yeah, totally. And won. We won the championship game at the buzzer, and I dunked it somehow. So I went up for the layup, whatever. This is years ago, and my leg just done, and I just dropped. But this happened recently at 2:30 in the morning, and you know when like you're in bed, you're like kind of like you stretch,
sometimes you
that
stretch.
shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
My left calf though just didn't feel like stop stretching. It fucking just tightened and tightened and tightened. I screamed, John. My wife is like, "What is happening right now?" I'm like, "Get me water immediately!" And that fucking sucked.
Pour it on my calf.
I was really
hydrate my calf.
Yeah.
Dump it on it like
Just
pour me a bath.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So yeah, it happened. It happened actually. Well, all right. Well, to let the viewers or listeners know, Fred and I have been taking a little side improv class situation just to get us kind of better in this situation.
Yeah.
And we
I don't know if
have
it's working, but
yeah, you know,
it's fun for us. I think I'm funnier.
Out of me and you.
Yeah, collectively.
Okay. Well, I was gonna put you over in another way. You're a better storyteller, which is a lot of improv, and I'm more of the physical comedy.
Fair.
Yeah, right?
You're good with the visual cues.
Yes.
Like, Juan will be doing a scene. So, here's the scene, right? Juan is working at a burger joint.
Oh,
that
was a
which has
consistent
been like a
theme for me,
reoccurring scene,
which
right?
Fucking sucks. Yeah.
Juan is working at a burger joint. He is flipping burger patties, and his boss is not happy with his ability to flip the burger patties, right?
Yeah.
Juan will be sitting there physically, imaginarily flipping burger patties with a fake spatula.
Yeah.
He'll be grabbing things off an imaginary shelf.
Yeah.
He'll be like talking to somebody who isn't there. And he's really good at characterizing the scene like with what's going on externally.
Yeah.
And that's like, he's fantastic at that.
Which is really good on a podcast.
Right. Right. Because you can see all that.
Yeah, clearly. Like right now I have my hands up and I'm standing on top of the chair, but no one knows. Let me get back down. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, and Fred's really good at storytelling. I'll give you that. Yeah, you're very good with your words and just setting a scene up, but now I'm not.
I try. Historically, I feel like, though, and my wife, who probably won't listen to this, she would say that I get long-winded in a story that I'm trying to tell that happened in real life. But I find out that when I'm telling a fictitious story, like making it up, I can be a little bit better to the point because there aren't excess details that I'll get caught up in. In real life, I'm like, I know all these things that happened. In the fake shit, I'm like, I got to make up all this shit that didn't happen, so I got to be quick with it.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that because historically, I have been known to tell real stories quite poorly.
Kind of like this.
Yes.
I'm fucking around. So yeah, like
File that one.
Getting back to the Charlie horse, we the Charlie horse happened a night after improv, and that was the day I guess I was doing way too much physicality because I was really dehydrated, and yeah, that's when it happened. So one other thing,
Drink that dihydrogen oxide.
Yes, another story that happened to me. So the jig is up. I've been going by a different name at work to this one security guy for 2.5 straight years.
Are you copying Kelly?
Yeah, Kelly rubbed off on
Kelly rubbed off on you.
You know what? This is pre-Kelly because it's been going on for 2 years.
Yeah, but this has been a lifelong crisis for
I don't know him.
Siege.
I don't know him like that.
Sage.
Clive and all
CJ.
that shit, man.
Yeah.
He came to us, and I'm like, I don't know you have this problem. Keep it to yourself.
I mean,
bro.
you've known him for like 15 years.
Whatever, man.
All right,
Anyway, so this one security guard has been calling me Aaron. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? And very personal, very nice guy.
How did you get getting called Aaron?
No idea. Just one day, I was like,
That
literally,
doesn't even like resemble Juan.
No.
John.
Listen, I don't know. I don't think he even knew my real name. He just started calling me Aaron. Maybe he heard someone calling me something like that.
Doesn't even have the same syllables.
Exactly. Regardless, maybe I look like an Aaron also in the building that I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. So I was leaving one day, and he called me that, and I was like 20 feet away, right next to the stairs. I'm like, okay. And I just walked away, right? Like, went home. A week later, same thing. Hey, Aaron, how are you? I just keep walking. And then months turn into more months and weeks and this and that. So it's been 2 fucking years. So recently we got an updated roster.
You've been catfishing your security guard. It's fucked up, bro.
Pretty much. I've been trying to court him, and he's just not having it. You know, he's too much of a wise guy. So recently he gets a list of everyone in the building, and I passed by him, and he's like in the main where everybody passes by where the security guard station is, and he's like, hey, Aaron, I can't find you on this list. I'm like,
I'm an imposter. I work for free.
No, yeah. Aaron's my middle name. It's not. So what's your first name? Where can I find you? I'm like, oh, Juan. Juan what? Corona. Oh, okay, so Juan Aaron Corona. Okay, let me find that. I'll see you. And I just walked away from the situation.
Oh, my God.
And then later he sees me. He's like, oh, man, I've been calling you Aaron. Your name's Juan, huh? That's crazy. Oh, man, blah, blah, blah. Friday, when I was leaving to go home, hi, Aaron, have a good weekend. I'm like, oh, well, later, Dan.
You had an opportunity to remedy the situation,
Nope,
and it's
I don't
been
care.
completely blown.
I do not give a shit. I don't care.
Yeah,
And-
it's been 2 years. He's not going to stop.
no. He's an old guy.
It's his
set in
thing
his
now.
ways. Yeah, exactly.
What's funny about that is like I appreciate how you haven't corrected him
No.
because if I get in a similar situation, I will do the same thing you do.
Yeah,
it's
just-
like it's not worth my time. That's funny. 2 years though, that's a long time.
It is a long
and
time. It's
still going on.
It stopped for a week, and then it's continued. And then he called me Aaron in front of like the group that I hang out with,
Yeah.
like all my friends there, and everyone just sort of looked at me like, and then we went right into the elevator. That's like right where the security guard, and they asked me like, what? Why is he calling you Aaron? I'm like, don't worry about it. He's done it for 2 years. It's fine.
I would get them in on the gig. Like that's what I would do.
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
like, all right, guys. So
Aaron-
I have this long play here, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is a long-term game. I'm Aaron.
Yeah.
So
Just go with it,
Yeah.
roll with it, do what you can.
exactly.
But then at that point, if everyone else starts calling you Aaron, you just become Aaron.
Yeah,
Like, you're no longer one.
That's fair.
Ever.
I'm not doing that for the podcast.
That's a real
I
identity
like my
crisis.
name.
No,
Yeah.
let Kelly deal with the name situation.
Yeah,
There's
right.
we have one name crisis is enough.
Tommy? What about you?
What have you been up to, Tom?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah.
I was recently given a bass from Mike DeSarmo.
Oh,
behind you
one
there.
of
There it
our
is.
one of our favorite listeners.
Yeah,
So,
secondhand sandwiches. Follow on Instagram.
There you go.
Yeah.
I've been playing that a lot recently because I think we have an idea for a future idea.
Musical piece.
Yeah, not going to give it away.
I mean that's pretty. Yeah.
But
music.
Yeah, so I've been working on that a little
Ooh.
bit, trying to figure out what direction we're gonna go in there. So
Nice.
that's about it.
That's awesome.
I know we're a little way after the fact, but I know you're a big New York Rangers fan. The Rangers got the second pick in the draft. That's got to feel kind of good.
It's exciting.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I feel the Rangers lately they went up like 2 or 3 years ago. They were in the Stanley Cup Finals. And,
5. Jeez, it was
5 years ago.
2014.
Wow, time flies, baby. And but ever since then, unfortunately, it's been pretty sad to see.
It's been rough.
Yeah,
Train
Well,
wreck.
especially the last 2 years. Like
Yeah.
that's
2
when
years
shit
have been-
started
Yeah.
really hitting.
How long is Henrik's contract?
I think he has 2 more years.
Oh, God.
God, I remember when he signed that. I thought it was like a 9-year contract or
yeah,
7.
I
or
think it might have
something
been
like
like
that.
8.
Yeah.
Something
yeah.
like that,
So
yeah. It was
yeah,
around
2 or
there.
3 years left.
Yeah, so you got to be excited about that, bro.
Yeah, I mean the Rangers can't lose because whoever the
What do you mean? What is it?
I mean, when you've been performing that poorly, you can't lose, right?
well, I mean like in terms
only
of
go
like
up.
Jack Hughes or Capo Caco, like they're
Right.
both like
Whoa,
the top
whoa.
1 and 2.
what was that name?
Capo Caco.
Capo Caco, 2 A's, 2 K's. Capo.
what nationality is this kid?
K-A-A-K-O.
Russian?
No, he's Finnish.
Oh shit.
So,
Okay.
yeah,
Nice.
Captain Caco.
I love my Finns.
How
So
yeah.
I'd like to see on his jersey the A Caco.
Hey Kako.
so for like
Assistant Kako.
the past year, 2 years, maybe longer, Jack Hughes has been like the projected number 1 overall pick,
Right.
like consensus.
Oh shit. Okay.
Caco's always been number 2.
Can't
I
take
can't take you seriously with that.
Dude, I love his name.
Yeah, it's funny.
So
So you love Caco?
Yeah.
yeah, well for now,
For now,
unless
anyway.
the Devils take him. But
Unless if it doesn't perform.
so
Classic Caco.
currently the IIHF
Slippery
World
Caco.
Championship is going on.
Yes.
And Caco is fucking lighting
He's
it up.
killing it. Oh.
He's killing it.
So
And some people have him going number 1 to the Devils, which kind of sucks because
Sucks.
I like Caco.
Oh, there. Episode whatever.
Pause.
This is.
I want to hear explosions, and I want to hear that isolated. Boom! I love Caco. That's it.
So yeah, he's like NHL ready like right now.
Okay,
People are
cool.
saying like he's like Forsberg-esque, like he can drive the play and like score pretty goals and shit.
Nice. Okay, cool.
But Jack Hughes is just as good, if not better. Like I said, he's been projected number 1 overall.
Nice.
Whoever the Devils don't pick, Jeff Gordon picks the other one.
You'll
he
be
has
happy.
the easiest decision in the draft. So
Watch he picks like at the are any of
He
these
won't.
guys
He won't.
defensemen?
He already did that. He already fucking went off the board last year with Vitaly Kravtsov. He's not doing that again.
I mean,
He's not.
New
There's
York-
no way.
Dude, New York teams are like the worst when it comes to this shit. Like I'm a Knicks fan and a Giants fan. The Giants just blew the load, supposedly, right? On paper, you never know this
Big
kid.
time.
The Knicks, whatever. If you follow me or Squishy Bishop on Instagram, I'm sure you've seen my fucking
Yeah, Juan was tight about
hunched over
the
the
Knicks
Knicks
pickup.
fucking picking up the third pick.
And
when
then
we
I
had
was
that.
a dick, and I was like, "You're wearing the T-shirt. It's supposed
It's
to
supposed
be
to
good."
work. Shut up.
I
Yeah,
just don't
so-
care about this stuff, so it's just funny.
No,
to me.
I know. So yeah, you'd think, Tom, that they'd make the logical pick
They
of
will.
getting
That-
Kako. Or
This is the highest draft
yeah.
pick they've had in forever. Like they've never had number 1 overall. I think this is the highest they've been
Really?
in like the longest
Oh,
goddamn
shoot.
time. There's no way he goes off
In
the board.
forever. I thought he was
forever. Yeah.
forever and ever.
Forever. It's not
killing me, Smalls.
Killing me, Smalls.
Yeah.
Hey, and my Chicago Blackhawks. I got the third pick, even though they're getting the 12.
I don't know who they're going with.
I don't know either. I was gonna ask you, is this a 3-person draft or like top 2 lock 3 is like a fucking crapshoot?
Top 2 lock. The rest of the top 10 good, but like
Not close.
kind of interchangeable. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Well, it'll be interesting to find out where the Rangers decide to pull their draft pick this year and
Yes.
who they
Hopefully
decide to
from
pick
Finland.
up. Maybe they'll get some Kako. Maybe they won't get some Kako. But before we figure out if they get some Kako or not some Kako, here's a word from our sponsors.
Sup, bro? Are you a bro enthusiast that's looking for an excuse to get hyped? Bro! Looking for a way to bro this lift? Bro! You want to escape with your brotajays into the bro dimension? Bro! Want to really feel that bro pump coursing through you to completion? Bro! Of course you do, you sweet, sexy bro man. You, oh my god. Bro, you need Bro Pump pre-workout. Bro Pump, Bro Pump, Bro Pump, Bro Pump, Bro Pump, Bro Pump, Bro. That pre-workout will bro your bro into being bros inside your bro. So bro on this bro while feeling the pump of the bro with Bro Pump pre-workout. Bro. Order yours at Bro 100. Bro. Not legal in Missouri. Order yours now. Bro Pump.
All right, welcome back. And you know what? Thank you, sponsor, for providing us the ability to upgrade our headphone amplifiers and hear
right.
each other better.
Yeah.
So we can come better to you, the listener, the
Yes.
party in your ears.
Woo.
That's what we're here for. Anyway, we caught up with one another, and I want to bring something up that is relevant, I would say, to most human beings.
What?
And that impacts us daily. Everybody is different and has different dietary needs, or dietary wants, I should say. I want to talk about food and
I love food.
specifically dieting and figuring out what you define as healthy and like being healthy as a person. For example, like I know Juan and his wife have done some kind of like team dieting, team nutrition, I should say.
Yeah.
Like things in your household.
Yeah.
And Tom has been really successful or has...
That's exaggerating.
Okay, I'm going to give him
We're
the benefit
putting
of
you
the
over
doubt.
here, Tom.
He's doing well with a specific diet or mode of trying to lose weight and stay healthy. That's working for him. And I've been through some stuff. So, I just kind of want
Yeah.
to bring it up and
Sure.
see kind of everybody's experience. Because people listening like might be thinking about doing maybe a certain thing. And
Hey, summer's around the corner.
right, got to get that swimsuit bod on.
Sure.
Yeah.
Does it count as a swimsuit if you wear a full body spandex suit? Is that still a swimsuit?
I don't know, but does it count as a swimsuit if you just wear a banana hammock?
I think so.
Ooh.
As long as you can swim in it, really anything is.
Right.
A tuxedo can be a swimsuit.
Tuxedo swimsuit.
Oh,
That's $1 million idea.
New name for a band, calling it.
Tuxedo swimsuit. Anyway, Tom, I'm going to shoot it to you first.
Okay.
Tell me about keto.
Yes.
It sucks.
Well,
Okay,
Hot
great.
take.
Take
Anyway.
it
It
over.
works, but it's tough. It's
how's
pain
it
in the ass.
tough though? I've never tried it, and I'm a little afraid to try it.
Basically, like,
Can you give us like an example of? Can you tell us what it is and then how you've done it?
it's Atkins, but worse.
what's Atkins?
Ooh,
Atkins is low carb.
low
Low
carb.
And keto is like almost no carb. Like your
Okay.
daily allotment is like something like 20 grams of carbs, something like that. It's
Okay.
something ridiculously
Wow.
low.
So
And Yeah, it sucks. It's
Yeah.
so hard to stay on.
So why do they call it keto?
Ketogenic.
Ketosis?
whatever. Yeah, ketosis.
Okay, so
keto,
how
ketogenic.
what's the how is it supposed to operate to help you lose weight in that regards? Like, because I don't know, every diet has their methodology. How does this one specifically work?
Well, I'm not a doctor, but
Doctor,
basically, like when
You're
you're
a doctor of metal, Tom.
Oh, thank you,
bend
Dr. Rock.
over. Snap.
Basically, like when you're not taking in carbs, it puts your body into a state that's called ketosis. That's basically, from my understanding, like it burns your body fat as opposed to like burning carbs for calories, you know?
Right.
The normal carbs you were put in. like,
Yeah, so
every
instead
day.
of using those for energy, it's burning your body fat.
Yes. Okay.
Like
So
that's what
it's
it does in
using
nature.
it's using your already stored
Stored.
energy,
Yep.
as opposed to the ones that you're intaking daily.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
So it's like high fat, low carb. So like everything you eat is like filled with butter or cream or some kind of cheese.
Right.
And like
Ugh.
yeah, super high fat. You can eat meat, but like no potatoes, no beer. I'm Irish.
I was literally going to allude to that. Like, this is terrible for you. What are you
This
doing?
does not do well for the Irish.
You're the Irish
which is
poster
why
boy.
it's so hard to stay on.
It sounds like it's good for the Germans and Scandinavians because they eat a lot of meat and cheeses. That's like a standard breakfast in Germany or Norway, but not so much for the Irish.
Yeah, well, not for the Italians either. No pasta.
Por favore.
Que cosa?
Scusi.
So yeah, like breakfast is usually like bacon and eggs. So lunch is like a grilled chicken breast or whatever, and then dinner like a steak, some shit.
Are you a breast or a thigh guy?
I'm a thigh guy. Fred's a thigh guy, hands down.
Well, it depends what we're talking about for me.
If we're talking about chicken head.
I'm a breast guy for chickens.
I'm definitely a breast guy
I'm
in
a
other
breast guy for chicken.
realms.
I like thighs, but they have to be boneless because otherwise they're just a hassle.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. All right. I see it. So yeah, Atkins, but more intensely to get your body
Yeah,
into
because
this ketosis.
it's stricter. Because Atkins is just like you're taking
state.
in less sugar
Right.
and
Yes.
hoping that it does its job that
Now,
way. But
let me ask a quick question for anybody listening who might be like skeptical about the process of doing keto. Like, how does that affect that sort of diet? I'm always curious. Is like, how does that affect things like cholesterol or blood
not a doctor,
pressure?
I don't know.
Or
Yeah.
I don't know.
all I know is
mean,
you
it's
lose
a
weight
question.
and it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good
All right.
question.
I mean, it's just a question for me because like there's you have a specific goal that you're in mind, but like, are there trade-offs, positive and negative ones? I'm just curious. This is for somebody.
I don't know.
Okay.
Do your own goddamn research.
All right. I'm just asking for somebody who hasn't done the thing. This is a question that comes into my mind.
Yo, why'd you doing the research for me?
Shut up,
See,
Bill.
it's
No
not
quaaludes.
like it's not a lifelong thing. Like some people, like for example, they might go vegan and they'll stay vegan their entire lives, or they'll go vegetarian because they don't want to eat meat or whatever. For me, this is like purely a weight loss thing. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to do this forever.
That's
Fair.
fair.
I like
honestly.
beer, I like
Right.
potatoes.
Right.
I've been over this.
I got you.
Right.
So for me, it's just like try to get close to goal, reach goal, something like that, and then go back, but maintain that goal weight. You know.
And I will say that's, in my opinion, keto isn't sustainable till the day you die. It's just
Right.
Oh
not.
yeah, I wouldn't
you know,
want to eat.
unless you're
any-
trying to
anyway,
die.
anyway, so.
Yeah, so, well, yeah, because it's perfect for losing weight because a lot of the reason of why people overweight is because of carbs, of all that sugar
Okay.
that your body doesn't get to break down stays in your body.
Well, I would argue that it depends on what type of carbs.
Well, yeah, I mainly the bad carbs. You know, if you eat
High
potatoes-
glycemic carbs.
yes, that aren't hard, that are hard to break down, and then you just keep eating more and more, and then you're kind of training your brain to telling it that's the normal. You know what I mean? So you just keep eating the same amount. So keto
Right.
is perfect when you eliminate almost a lot of it, except for 20 grams. And it really accelerates your body to just burn all the shit that you had on you anyway.
Have you found this? Is there success? Have you found success in doing this dietary change?
Mildly.
Okay.
I work out a lot, so I follow a lot of like bodybuilders and powerlifters and shit on YouTube. Mark Bell, Slingshot, if you follow him on YouTube, he's like a proponent. He's like he loves keto, and people attack him for it because it's not sustainable. But he's like, listen, it's all in your lifestyle. If you want to lose weight, I recommend it. I'm not trying to tell you to live it till you're 65 and you're 25 right now, but it works for him. And
It sounds like it's a good short-term kind of thing, like to
It's a means
Yeah.
to an end.
exactly.
Right,
That's all it
right. Like it's not long-term sustainable,
Yeah.
but like if you're trying to lose weight here
and you're trying to get to that number, and then
Right.
from there go, okay, how do I live my life now?
Right.
Yeah.
How do I maintain that number?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's a
That's
good
interesting.
way. It's a good way. I like keto. I just never tried it because
Now-
I'm on the opposite spectrum
Right.
a little bit.
Well, let me ask you a question. You've done
Yes.
veganism. You and your wife
Yeah.
were vegans for a little while.
We tried it for and not even saying like we tried as I'm full meat. I do eat meat a lot more than I used to. But I try to eat the right type of meat.
Fair.
Even though, I'm buying no salt turkey from Stop and Shop, and who knows where the fuck they're getting that
cold
cold
cuts?
cuts.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
so that's that sort of
Cold
thing.
cuts are
But
terrible.
yeah, I mean, just eat farm based. I mean, because I don't know Purdue and Tyson, all these. I'm getting a little ranty right now, but
No, that's okay. I'm 100% on board.
if you eat, I don't know, those farms. First of all, are just money. They have to make money, so they'll
they're factories.
inject-
They're not farms.
Exactly. They inject the cow to any means of get fatter quicker. When in the wild, the cow takes a year to get that fat, and they're trying to make it in a week.
Right.
So they feed the shit out of it, and
Right.
they feed it really bad food. So when you're eating the meat of that same cow,
Well, you're eating the food that they eat.
exactly. It's not beneficial to you in the long term.
No.
So that's why people get.
I could do a whole episode of 60 minutes on food. For example, I only buy groceries from the farmer's market.
Yeah.
Like,
And you're lucky because you're right next.
I
to
literally live right next to one.
Yeah,
There was literally right outside my.
You can see when it's open.
My house.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Every Saturday, there's a farmer's market. I know the farmer.
Yeah.
I know what they do. Even the meat, fish,
Eggs.
eggs.
Yeah.
Farm fresh eggs.
Yeah.
I go down. I know the farmers. I know where their farms are.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether you're organic or not, and this is a whole nother thing, but whether a farm can say they're organic doesn't really mean anything because it depends too who's certified organic. And being organic takes a lot of money to be certified USDA certified organic. It costs a fuck ton of money. So if you're a small farm, you don't have the money to get that certification, but all your shit is, you just can't. One of the farms we go to is organic, but they can't advertise as organic because they haven't paid for the certification because they can't afford it. And so it's the way in which the meat or the food in which you are consuming, how that is raised. You got to think about what they eat, you eat, because they process that and that's into their body. Now that's into your body because you're eating what they eat. So yeah, it's tough. And unfortunately, it costs a lot of money to eat healthy. It costs more money to eat healthy, to buy better quality stuff than it does to be.
I guess in the quality, but you got to be just aware. If you go to the supermarket and you're thinking 3 pounds of vegetables is going to cost a lot of money because it's you got to get enough protein. And vegetables do have protein. And a lot of people don't think it. They actually do if you eat enough.
Or beans
and all that shit. It's oh my gosh, it's going to cost so much money. The first weekend of shopping that me and my wife did veganism or vegan, whatever, I was actually surprised. We actually spent less money than when we were buying 3 packs of meat. I think if you guys remember, I would jokingly send when we were eating meat and eggs hardcore, there was a blizzard going through, and obviously I wasn't going to work. And I think I sent you guys in a group text years ago, a stack of fucking eggs and a stack of chicken cutlets. I'm I'm ready for the weekend, and a thing of protein or some shit that.
Yeah.
And I was I'm ready for the weekend, and that alone costs $130 something. And when we went vegan, average we were spending is probably $105, $110.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
So, but I agree what you're saying. If it has to label organic, they have to pay a lot of money. Henceforth, they have to charge a lot of money. You know what I mean? So they gotta make their money back. I'm going to open up a beer. Sorry. I know we're talking about veganism, and it's very important. This is going to go all over my face. Ew. What was that?
Not the sound.
It was a squirt.
It was a squirter. Oh, boy. New England IPA. Do you guys recognize
Hooper drives the boat.
You would know this. It's from a movie.
I want to say Jaws, but
Yeah.
it is?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. See, this is
I'm
why
bad.
I thought it was
Gorman-
Quint that drove the boat.
Yeah, I thought
That's
it was
why I was
Quint.
conflicted there.
Veganism. And
So how did it work out for you?
I liked it. I made a rule, and my wife was like, okay, I can see that. I would only eat meat. We did it for a year. My wife is still kind of mostly vegan. She'll eat meat from time to time. And
That's how Alana is too.
Yeah. I would only eat meat on special occasions. We did it for a year. So Father's Day, my dad was grilling, and I was like, I don't have my dad when he grills all the time, so I'm
Right.
gonna have meat on Father's
Right.
Day or whatever. And then my uncle from Chile came. We had meat there and whatever. So When in Rome, like if we went to Memphis, I'm not gonna have their fucking ribs. They're known for Memphis ribs or Texas or Dallas or whatever. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. So, but I really, everyone's like, oh my gosh, I love cheese. Oh my god. And after a while, I didn't miss cheese. I love cheese.
Yeah.
People love cheese, and it's like whatever. And maybe some people like cheese more than others, but I was like, meh,
Fromage.
I'm gonna do fromage. And
I think it's like if you out of sight, out of mind. Like if you've,
I get, yeah, but we
know,
were in the supermarket. We would see cheese.
right? I
you
mean,
know?
not physically out of sight, but like if it's not part of your diet anymore, then you don't even think about it.
That's
you know
why,
what I'm saying?
like Friday nights, Gianna sometimes has had a shitty week at work, and she's like, "I want snacks." I'm like, "No, we can't have that in the house." And she's like, "I hate you, but I love you," because that's
right. You're upholding the standard.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, but yeah. So after people loved cheese, and I'm like, I didn't miss it. I didn't miss. People were like, "Oh, you're gonna miss meat. You're gonna miss that burger June 29th when there's a barbecue."
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
Not really. I mean,
I guess if you've
don't knock it till you try it. That's all I'm saying.
right.
Like, you know.
Yeah. I guess part of it is like a mental state.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You know, like, so my wife did an elimination diet. The whole 30, the elimination diet thing was really interesting because like you basically cut fucking everything out.
Yep. I've tried it before.
And then you start with this base. Basically, it's vegetables.
It's
and
a lot of parallel to paleo.
Right.
Caveman, but a little more stricter.
Right. And you basically you incrementally add certain food groups back in, legumes, which is basically peanuts and that type of shit.
And beans.
And then beans, nightshades, which is apparently like
type of potato.
Yeah. And then like you add citrus is something that gets cut out, and gluten is a big one. And dairy.
Might as well.
And meat and like all this other stuff.
Alcohol.
It's not a problem for my wife. She doesn't drink.
Nah.
But,
true. My wife is.
You have to do it over a course of like a couple months because you add certain things back in. You take 2 weeks to cleanse yourself, and then you basically slowly start adding things back in, and you need to basically give your body time to process those foods, and it takes days. It could take up to like 4-5 days to process and see if there's a result.
Yeah.
And then kind of make a decision whether that's okay. You had a reaction, you didn't have a reaction, and then you cut it back out, and then you add something else in. It's wild.
Me and my wife, when we did Whole30, like when we were reintroducing food, and to this day, I don't even fuck with it. Dairy affected me the most.
Really?
I was like itchy. I was getting like cheese-itis. I was like, I don't fuck with cheese anymore. Really, I don't mess with like ice cream. I know you and Alana love
ice cream.
Yeah. See, I don't. But that's what I'm saying. Everyone's like, I miss cheese. I'm gonna miss cheese too much. I'm not gonna like fuck you. Try it, then see how it is.
I mean, I didn't.
You know?
When she did the elimination and we didn't like do cheese and stuff, like I didn't miss it. But then we had it back, and I was like, okay, I'll have it. Like, but I don't know. I never crave it.
Tommy, would you ever do one of these? I know you're like keto's hard, but the fact that it's hard, wouldn't that make you think like to try something else or look to try something else?
No.
Why?
Because keto's the one that works for me. Because A, I like meat. B, I like dairy.
Rejected.
Meat and cheese, I can do.
China. Okay.
So yeah,
fair enough.
Just flat out no.
I've been considering trying the vegan thing with not vegan though, basically vegetarian, but like with eggs. Eggs is something that I don't know if I could, especially I have a very physical job, and like I need a fuck ton of energy, and like I need something that's portable. It's hard for me to find a breakfast in the morning that works because like sometimes I have a microwave at work.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have access to water. Sometimes I don't. Like
BECSPK.
I could have sometimes I could have oatmeal. Sometimes I can't. Like sometimes I basically have to carry something with me, and that's the only way I can eat it. And sometimes I can't, which is great for like fruit. But like I like fruit, but I'd have to eat a fuck ton of fruit.
Oh yeah.
To like get energy for like a while. Yeah, so I don't know if I could cut eggs out just from like a convenience or like just ability to like try to eat healthier.
I don't think you need to lose weight.
No, I definitely
If you don't, if you've never seen Fred Romer, he's
always
a
been a
stick.
fucking twig.
He's always been the skinniest, most fittest guy here. Anyway, back to diets. So Tommy, you wouldn't try Whole30?
The other thing is Fred doesn't need to lose weight because I'm like 165 pounds.
That's true.
And
you're like
tall.
6. Yeah. Good talk, huh?
Yeah, solid.
But I hope people listening got something out of it. Try it. Don't knock it till you try it, even if it's for like a month and a half. I think you need a limit. You can't try it for a week. Give it a month.
Yeah.
Whole30 to me
Commit.
is perfect to try. Keto too, being that there's a lot of information out there about keto.
Do your research.
Yes.
Figure out what works best for you.
For your lifestyle
That's
too.
Right.
Yeah. If you work out a lot,
that's solid advice.
Spend a lot of energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like read into like what foods are included, and then like whatever you like and whatever you think might work for you, go for it.
Right.
Try it out.
What are your goals? Read up for what meets your goals.
Yes.
And do what works for you. All right, guys. Thank you for listening to our ramblings about dieting. And it's really interesting to think about maybe what you've tried in the past for dieting. If you have any questions for us, we'd be more than happy to welcome them on social media at Squishy Bishop.
Yeah.
So, feel free to comment and ask us. Before we get into our next topic, we're going to have a great word from our sponsors.
Hey kids, I'm Tanner Danzo, and I'm here to tell you to get your scrawny little asses to
Tanner Danzo's Irrational Fantastic Danger Zone.
After a temporary shutdown due to an ongoing investigation, New Jersey's third largest arcade and single biggest fire hazard is
Back in business, bitch.
We've got all your old favorite games like midget tossing, straight up gambling, drinking random liquids from under the sink, and
A room full of nudie mags and lubriderm.
Oh, yeah, Daddy.
But wait, there's more! We've got all new games like
Cat Piss Water Tank. Root Canal Simulator.
Open
The
wide.
Pedophile Pit.
Open wide.
and last but not least, homework. We're gonna make you sit down and do your fucking homework like a good boy. God damn it, Timmy, quit your fucking crying. This is why Mommy left us. Mommy doesn't fucking love you because you cry like a little fucking bitch. Be sure to come to Tanner Danzo's this Mother's Day when we unveil the all-new, never-before-seen, probably, maybe, definitely illegal
Used needle roulette.
where you and 10 other little shits will get strapped to a table so our staff of highly untrained delinquents can drive a needle straight through your fucking heart and let one unlucky lip dick loser.
Die like a bitch.
So come on down to Tanner Danzo's Irrational Fantastic Danger Zone and
Get dangerous.
Tanner Danzo is not responsible for loss of life, virginity, or general innocence. Death not included with purchase. All midgets are farmed on premises.
All right, welcome back, and thank you, sponsor, for providing us with shoes. Okay, yeah, that was bad. So, we talked about food, we talked about dieting, we talked about how to make our lives better. But to flip that on its head, I want to talk about
How we
The
make
dead?
our lives worse.
how it make our lives. That
All beer diet.
yes,
Alcoholism.
Oh, God. Mm.
All liquid.
So
alcohol diet.
I want to bring up the subject ghosts and aliens. And I want to know and I want to share all of our experiences, or
Yeah.
if any, or none, because this is a topic that's pretty debated in human society.
Yep.
And, we know there's life on this planet, but there are billions of stars. And
Sure.
have we ever had any interactions with any other life forms or thought we've seen? So I'm curious. I'm gonna defer to you guys first.
Nope.
Okay, great. This subject has ended immediately.
All right, guys. We'll catch you on the next podcast. No.
Great. Thanks.
No. In terms of aliens, I mean, first of all, I think there's definitely aliens out there. How do you think the pyramids got built?
Ooh,
There's
ancient
slave
aliens.
labor.
Literally, yeah, but there's literally perfect circles drilled through those like 10-ton fucking bricks. How does that happen?
I don't
What, do you
know.
call an Egyptian stupid?
They're not as smart as we are, though. They're not as smart as we are now. But
Calling them fucking stupid.
hey, take it easy.
What, you got no engineers? You seen Arabic numerals?
But I think there's like more to it than meets the eye. I mean, they weren't stupid.
I
obviously,
just
but
think
I
based
think we
on
don't give ourselves enough credit.
no.
well,
Okay, go to Alabama and think that.
too soon.
I mean, that's a fraction of the population.
Yeah, I think that
No.
on a pure mathematical, like logical standpoint on probability, we are definitely not the only living intelligent organisms in the universe.
To think that
Or
we
galax-
are is arrogant.
Yeah, right. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I just don't think they're coming here.
well, have you guys ever had a extraterrestrial experience?
Yes.
or-
Fred. I know I teased before that. Nope. But yes, we have, me and Tom actually together. I did not get probed, but Tom did. No, I'm playing.
Together.
Tom,
Man.
take it away here. I'll leave it to you. How about that?
You're leaving it to me, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I'll
God.
chime
The
in.
most skeptical one.
I was there too, but
The skeptic is telling the story. Yeah, there was a light in the sky. It went ba-boom.
I went in
forget about
different
it.
directions. It shouldn't have, but whatever.
Yeah, no
Well,
way.
You guys basically just combined said essentially what I was going to say.
But whatever.
It was you, me, and Sean in my front yard at like
It was late. It was late.
It was sometime in the wee
like
hours of the morning.
2:30 in the morning. Yeah.
Season?
For high school.
It had to be summer or late spring.
Yeah, it was summer. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
good.
It wasn't a school night. How about that?
2, 3 in the morning, something like that. We were all hanging out in my front yard.
Yeah.
And like for whatever reason, we just looked up and like here with all the lights, like the mall and shit, like you can't really
There's
see
a lot of light pollution. where
too
we
many
are.
stars. Like
Exactly.
you can see like
Yeah.
the big ones, but we did see like some kind of light that was kind of darting around in random directions.
I remember that.
But
Like
I'm still
no probable like flight path. It was.
It
too
wasn't a straight
abrupt.
line. It wasn't like
It was too abrupt to
a
be.
curve. It was like I'm gonna go here and then quick 90 degrees right that way.
Yeah.
It was
I remember I was like, did anyone just see that? And you're like, what? And I'm like, look. And then there it goes. It goes left and then down, then right, then left again. You know, I was like,
I think we were all just like, I don't want to be the one to say it.
yeah. I'm like, what the fuck was that?
But
And
did you
they were
guys
like,
see that?
Yeah. And I mean, you guys, but we weren't like drunk or whatever.
you were
know,
stone
we're just
sober.
like, yeah. So I just, that's only been mine to the point where you look up in the sky and airplanes like go linear
Right.
and just like
They have a
slow
flight path.
and this and that.
Like a
and-
direct flight path.
But this beam of light was just going left, right, up, down, erratic, if you would say.
Ooh.
And we were just like, what was that? Like,
Yeah,
what the
I
fuck
don't
was
know,
that?
man.
And Tom here is a skeptic. He could tell you pretty much like, no, that was just you imagining things or.
I mean, Tom is a man of logic, right? He will try to find a
I'll try to find the
reasonable
reason behind
explanation. Yeah, like a reasonable explanation behind
But
almost
Tommy,
everything.
how do you explain that though?
I don't.
Exactly.
Tom is a cynic and a realist,
At the same time,
which I love about him
Yes.
because I'm definitely a cynic.
you need that balance. And we couldn't believe it. We were like, what the fuck was that? Like seriously, like shit. But in terms of alien stories, that's the most I had. I feel like I have more ghost stories than. But what about you? Have no alien?
I don't
you
have
know?
any particular alien stories per se, which is probably like for me introducing this topic. It's like, okay, great, I have nothing to talk about. But I mean, I think it just comes to the point where I can't logically disqualify the fact that there aren't things as aliens.
There's got to be something out there, right?
Right? I mean, what we consider "quote unquote" aliens. I'm not saying they look like Paul from the movie Paul, like little gray men. I don't know if you guys have ever been to or like observed stars in a non-light polluted area.
So many,
like in the middle of nowhere, basically.
The desert.
Yellowstone.
Right, you've been to
Okay.
Yellowstone.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure
Tom.
in Chile they must have been.
Yeah,
the
you know what?
stars
I
must
will
have
say
been
there were a lot of
unbelievable.
stars when we were like going by the coast and stuff,
yeah.
and like all the light was like over there, and
Right.
we were over here, and I was like, oh shit, there's so many stars in the sky.
Yeah, of course. I mean, especially like in the less populated areas,
Yep.
right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like when I was in Ireland last summer, and I look up, and I've never seen the Milky Way galaxy like
Dude.
in its thing,
Yeah.
in its prime, because here we have too much light pollution outside of New York City. It was stunning, but I've never seen a specific like light or alien interaction outside of or outside like in life.
Right. There's
When you bring up the pyramids and like
all
that type of shit, like I get it, or Mayan calendars or whatever that.
What about you're a historian? You can.
Yeah, I studied history. in
What
college.
about the UFOs that are painting and like
like
plastic
cave
painting?
drawings?
No,
and stuff
like
that?
actual paintings. I wish I had a fucking example, but there's like UFOs in the back of like a portrait of this like lady.
Really?
That's just like one painting.
Huh.
There's a ton of them. out
I
there.
didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think when it comes to a mathematical standpoint of logic that we are not the only beings in the universe.
Yeah,
and
highly improbable.
You don't have to have crazy fucking psycho hair and talk on ancient aliens.
Yeah. Hey, I love that show.
The pyramids were fucking crazy, man. They line up with Orion's belt.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But ghost stories, I definitely have experiences with.
I got a few.
And the extra, not terrestrial, but what would you call that, Tom?
Paranormal.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
My wife, I'm a skeptic when it comes to ghosts and spirits. They do exist, I think, but borderline. Like I always try to like, no, that was because the fan fell over because it was on the edge of that, the chair or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That sort of thing. But I grew up next to a graveyard, literally next
That's
to a graveyard.
true.
Only two weird things have happened. One, at like 3:45 in the morning. I shared a room with my brother, and I get woken up by this fucking shriek, like a
banshee.
Yes, exactly like a banshee. I've said the word banshee before. It's a noise I've never heard before, and I'm sure it could be an animal and this and that. It's a fucking graveyard. But however, it creeped me the fuck out. I'm like, Adam, wake up, Adam. He's like, what? You hear this? He's like, what the fuck is that? He immediately did not ask me like, are you okay or anything. Just like, what is that noise? Immediately. So that creeped me out. And the other thing is, I literally kind of just alluded to it. Like, I'm just like watching TV. It's like Saturday afternoon, whatever. And we have a little fan that you would put up, just to like cool down the air.
Yeah, like an oscillating fan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We had it at the edge of a chair just to so it could be a little higher because it's a really small fan. And out of nowhere, it just hits the fucking floor. I'm like, what, why? Because last time I saw it, I was like getting water.
Yeah.
I remember it being in the middle of the chair. I was
right,
making
and
sure
not near the edge.
Exactly, but it just falls over, and it was on for like hours.
Yeah.
Why is it falling over now? No heavy truck went by on the street because I live close to the street. Nothing.
Right.
And I'm like, oh shit, man, that was weird, bro. I mean, I wish I had more, but my sister-in-law, she had a ghost story where for a week straight, she would wake up at the same time, I think, maybe I'm adding, in the night with her leg, one of her legs just being like hot.
One leg being hot?
Yeah, it's just really hot out of nowhere. And she would feel like, when you're sleeping, sometimes you want to wake up, but you can't. I don't know if you ever experienced that. Like you want to open your eyelids, but you just can't for whatever reason.
I've had sleep paralysis.
I was just thinking of bringing that up,
dude.
Wild. Have you ever seen The Haunting of Hill House?
No.
Watch it.
Is that the Netflix?
It's on
thing?
Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a series, right? Or is that the movie?
It's one season.
Dude,
it's based on a book that also had.
I've had sleep paralysis twice. The fucking scariest thing I've ever had.
Can you explain to me exactly what that is? Because maybe I experienced it, but I don't know what it is.
First of all, I'm going to say just watch this. Both of you watch it.
Okay. Yeah, it was popular around last Halloween.
It's a big part of that series.
Okay, cool. What is sleep paralysis?
Basically, your brain wakes up before your body does.
Right.
Okay, yeah.
So it's basically like you're laying in bed and then like your eyes open and then like you're aware, but your body's still asleep. So you're like
your eyes open.
Yeah.
Yeah, your eyes like you can look around. So imagine me sitting here, I'm sleeping, my eyes are closed, and then all of a sudden I wake up and I can like look
and
around.
And you're cognizant. Like you're like that you're awake.
But like
you can't fucking move.
Okay. Say I want to get up. I'm stuck here.
That might have happened to me. Yeah, that's definitely happened to me. Okay,
and a lot of times
familiar.
people are like they see like things at the edge of their bed, like a black figure just kind of like
oh shit. That sounds familiar, bro.
That's why it's scary.
Have you ever heard like a feel on your shoulder? On your shoulder? Sorry, I'm not speaking.
No, but I've had the whole thing at the edge of your bed, like because like you're still kind of.
Is it in this room where we're recording right now?
I've had it here once, yeah, but it happened a lot in college for some reason.
That's not cool, dude.
Yeah, dude, I've had it. And
Don't pawn your ghost off on me, bro.
I woke up and I was like trying to, and I'm in bed with my wife, and I'm trying to wake her up, but I can't. I was like, oh my god, it's the craziest thing. Sleep paralysis.
So yeah, before you brought that up, I was thinking about it while he was talking about the whole hot leg thing. Because like a lot of people could interpret that as ghosts. Like if they wake up, they see something at the edge of your bed.
Right,
like,
right. Yeah.
And then people might think like they're so scared that they can't move, but it's literally like a physical / mental thing where it's just like I'm still half dreaming and I'm still like half awake.
Right.
So you're in between.
It's definitely something that's happened to me. Now, Tom, have you ever had any like specific ghost experiences?
The only thing I specifically experienced, but I only know it secondhand, is like when we first moved into this house, I think I was 3. I was playing outside in the backyard, and my mom asked like who I was playing with, and I think I told her like I was playing with grandma or something, but long gone. So that's like the only thing I can think of, but it's a secondhand story.
And you didn't know that? Like you didn't know that your grandma had passed like years before you were
way small. But apparently that's what I told her.
Right. And there's a lot of stories of that, like kids. Like, oh, I just saw Grandpa. Remember him?
I have no recollection of it.
Right? With my sister. So like,
really?
My
Grace?
Yeah. So my sister, my younger sister, used to, who is a listener of this podcast, and she apparently, especially according to my mother, she used to see a shrouded figure. A woman in my parents' house. Now,
oh gosh, how many times have we been there, Tom?
But she's not. she's not the only one to see this figure.
Oh, God.
So my parents' house used to be my grandparents' house.
Okay.
So my parents bought the house when they moved, and my younger aunt, who's 40 now, she used to see a female figure, like Revolutionary War kind of era figure.
What?
Now, where I live is an old Revolutionary War village.
No.
Armory, actually. They used to have like a whole bunch of stuff there. When they built my parents' house back in the 60s, when they were excavating the land for the foundation, they found like horseshoes and nails and like stuff.
No
from,
guns or anything?
No guns, but
Okay.
like basically just like horseshoes and nails.
Sure.
And of that time period of the late 18th century. So like there were people that were around there. Her and my aunt saw, I guess, a similar character in my parents' house.
That's
I never saw it
crazy.
as a kid, so my sister...
Question, how did like your sister just one time at breakfast was like, I saw someone in my room last night?
No, I think she woke up in the middle of the night and went to went to my parents' room and was like, I'm scared.
Yeah, I see dead people.
So I'll tack another one on that. It's not my experience, but my brother, who's not a listener of this podcast, his friends.
Way to go, Dan.
Up the block.
What a bummer. My brother is. Sorry.
He's good friends with the kids who used to live up the block,
Okay.
like all the way up that way.
Yeah.
And he would stay over their house like all the time. And then one night, I guess he saw like a woman, and apparently like that's the thing. Like they were like, oh yeah, that's like our house is haunted. He refused.
That's
to stay
Chelsea.
there again.
She's hanging out.
Yeah.
Flat out refused to ever sleep over again.
And they were just like, nah, it's fine.
Well, I mean, they were like, well, we know it happens because we've, according to them, like they were like, it's a known thing that we've seen that. So Dan was apparently saw the house.
No,
there.
bro, I'd be freaked out, bro. Like even if I was living in that house, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, no, I don't want to live here anymore.
You know,
man.
Well, they moved. So
Yeah. I think about this shit when I think about like the fact that my wife and I are like looking to buy a house in the next year or so.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, all right, so am I gonna have to deal with Betty the Ghost or I don't know? And I like old houses, so that's like a problem.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I like this is built in 1890. I'm down.
I'm
like
down.
you know, like I want
This is where the beheadings were held.
I mean, there's a hill called Gallows Hill.
Yeah.
Where they used to hang people.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, do you know where exactly on the?
I know exactly where.
Where?
Right where. This isn't relevant to anybody. Who
No,
doesn't
it's
know
not.
where
But
we're
we may keep it in.
I'm
we
curious.
May not. I don't know. I'm curious too.
I've always wanted to know.
That's where. Yeah, my
from.
wife
On Gallows
used to
Hill,
live.
right where Kingston kicks off.
Yeah.
To the left.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Right on
Okay.
that corner where that farmhouse is.
That beehive
Really?
farm.
Yeah. No, it's not beehives. It's got horses.
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 I'm good on horses.
Gallop through. I thought there. What's the beehive place I'm thinking of?
I didn't. You lost me.
No, there's a beehive place there.
Okay.
Anyway,
But there's definitely horses.
I'm gonna
There's
take a picture
definitely
of it
horses.
next time.
Fucking
All right.
horses.
Yeah.
Right on that corner.
Yeah.
That's where it was.
Oh, wow.
That's what I
everyone passes that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's what I was told.
And there is a tall tree in the front. Well then.
Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. Those have been I guess those have been our ghost stories and alien encounters. I've never had an alien encounter, but I wish I did.
Oh, it's coming.
Men in Black
It's
4 coming out. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening to this episode of Squishy Bishop's Erratic Spectacular podcast. You can check us out at Squishy Bishop on Instagram, Twitter. We are also on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud. We are also on Podbean, and any other place
all
you
things
pretty
that are
much
good.
get podcasts on. Please check us out. Please check us out. And listen to our podcast for your enjoyment. And we'll be coming to you pretty soon with another episode of crazy fun stuff to listen to. All right, guys. Have a great night. Bye. Later. Bye.